welcome to another video. Today I visit the Thaiger, an English-speaking news website with a YouTube channel. I will show you a little glimpse behind the scenes and I do a long and interesting interview with Jay, one of the hosts of Good Morning Thailand. This live morning show starts every morning around 10 AM and we will talk about the show, his experiences and the company, so you will get a better feel about what is the Thaiger. So let us start.
Hello Franko, welcome to our studio. So here is the Thaiger studio where we shoot all of our live videos. It's quite a nice small little humble studio. Behind we can have green screen and different backgrounds and equipment. And then yeah, we have our English writers and we have our Thai writers, and this side is the entire production team. So anything editing or anything during the week we shoot here. And then if we have to go outside, then most of the times actually we're outside. It's only for the live shows that we're here. So yeah.
And how long it needs to prepare for a live show?
So live show we get in at about 8 o'clock. And then we prepare for about 1.5 hours, all the topics that we're going to talk about, because every morning it's current affairs. So what's the headlines, what's happened last night, what's happening this morning, and then prepare by 9:30, 9:45, and then, you know, do the lights, cameras, everything's ready. Sometimes we're late, I know.
Yeah, sometimes you have sound problems or video problems.
Most of the time, yeah, because it's only Shai who's doing the solo GMT. You know, so he using the A10 Mini. So I can show you something. So we have the A10 Mini for the switcher. This is how we control the 4 cameras. Cool. And then we use a Tascam Mixcast. And we have about 4 of these Tascam professional microphones, which is only omnidirectional. So sorry, it's only in one direction, so you can't hear anyone else.
That is good.
Yeah. Right, so this computer is the only one controlling all of our live.
And all working with Premiere Pro?
No, so two of the editors prefer Premiere Pro. Other 3 they use DaVinci. I don't mind how they do it as long as they get it done. But yeah, I think it's a preference thing. Premiere Pro, obviously you have to pay for it. That's Adobe. DaVinci is free and it has better color correction, but it's free, so it's good. Yeah, I can show you downstairs also. Cool.
What camera gear you use?
Sure.
I'm a tech freak, so I'm always looking about cameras.
So, I mean, for our live videos, we have a Sony ZV-1, I think this is. Jason?
ZV or ZV-1?
Jason, is this a ZV-1? Yeah, ZV-1.
Oh, cool.
And then for our really big production, so this is
Sony A7.
A7 III. And then we have a A600. We have 5 tripods, 3 gimbals, and depending on the requirements of the project, it's quite big. But yeah, this is pretty much our studio, and yeah, that's cool. That's about it. It's a humble team. Hopefully, in the future, we'll move to get an entire floor. But for now, it's still steadily expanding. Like normally, people think that there's only 3 or 4 people who are doing it.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe a staff for about 7 or 8.
Yeah. Like our Thai side is 2 times bigger than our English side, so we have a lot of traffic in Thai as well. We're very popular on the website. YouTube channel we don't have, and actually, the YouTube channel at first it was only written in Thai, so you can only search if you know how to read or write Thai.
Okay.
But yeah, we never really took off on the Thai side for YouTube. Maybe the market is too difficult to break. But on the website, yeah, we have about 6 million visitors per month, so it's quite popular.
Yeah, and a lot of TikTok videos in Thai. They sometimes pop up by me, but I never find a channel because I always forget.
1 million plus followers now on TikTok.
Yeah, that's
a lot of breaking news and viral videos of like Mr. Underpants or something
or
that.
some strange accidents on someone.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We operate everything through here, and then I'll take you downstairs to show the rest of the one.
And this is your Thaiger logo, your unofficial Thaiger painting.
Thaiger painting. Yeah.
You should do a T-shirt from this. You should get a license or something like this, because I like this more.
Yeah,
to be real.
I guess. But I mean, to be honest with you, like there's not crazy demand for the T-shirt, right? It's only if you're a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. We share an office in Franko.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So there's Franko there and there's Thaiger here. So in total we have about 50 staff now.
Oh, this is big. Damn.
This is our Thaiger e-commerce.
Uh-huh.
And then we have more.
That's Jet.
No, that's not Jet. That's,
it looks
that's
like
golf.
Jet.
It looks like Jet, yeah.
Damn. Sorry.
And then we have
So here.
Modi, which is basically medical insurance.
Uh-huh.
That's our Thaiger sales team. And everything from here is Fastpass.
Ah, okay,
So Fastpass is 2-3 times bigger than us.
Yeah, I see.
And yeah, this is I created this recording studio for sound, which is now a very popular meeting room because it's quiet. So we got HR, accounting, and today's Friday, so the ping pong table will come out.
Ah, yeah, I see.
We'll have some nice chill time, get to mingle, and yeah, everything down here, they're all agents. They're all real estate agents.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been here since I think last October.
What's your working time when you start and when you end?
My typical day would be getting here at 8 and then I will leave about 6:30. And then everyone else 8 to 5 normally. 1 hour for lunch and then 8 to 5, yeah. So normally it's quite busy from 8 to 11. When we finish the live show, it's a bit more. Oops, sorry, I'm moving the camera too much. So yeah, 8 to 12. Good Morning Thailand. We're busy on that one. After that, we're free to edit on any other projects. So currently, we have you might have seen recently we did Thaiger Jet, one of our big sponsors now. We have some real estate projects going on. So Ratani Video has taken a lot of our time. And
This editing was really good.
Yeah. I think we decided that we were gonna go for a bigger production because there's enough vloggers in Thailand, and it is a saturated market. It's a big market, and the only way to be different is to maybe make the production a bit better. And it looks like it's just that we are kind of experienced as well. Like for example, Jason is a very good editor and a videographer. And we have 2 of them, and then I've worked on projects before, Jason's worked on projects before, Natty's experienced in her own field as well. She's done a lot of presenting. So when we get there, we already have an idea of how we can make this look beautiful. So maybe it was a bit easier for us to plan it out before we did it. And yeah, but we're planning to do more and more of those travel videos. The response has been pretty good. I think so far in 5 days, we've had 25,000 views, which is pretty decent. We're hoping to get more and more.
I wonder that you not make also Thai YouTube videos.
Well, we did. So the thing was that we had an entire dedicated Thai YouTube section, and unfortunately, we just couldn't break into that market. We tried to do news, and there's just too many Thai news outlets in Thai, and we just couldn't break into that market. We tried entertainment, and it got to the point where after 6 months we had to make a decision like, hey guys, this doesn't make sense. Like if something's not working, we have to change. We tried changing. So then we were like, okay, we know one thing that works. It's the English channel. So why don't we double down and produce more videos and do this and do that? And then so Nan came to the English side. The other editors came to the English side, and we do a lot of videos behind the scenes as well. Not everything is for the YouTube channel. We do a lot of production, so people often think of us as a news agency, but the Thaiger, in my opinion, especially the video side, we are a media production company that primarily does news. So on YouTube, all most people see is news in the morning, news in the evening, and sometimes they don't like it when we don't do news, right? They'll be like, oh, why are you doing this or why are you doing that? But I think over time the audience has also adjusted, and they kind of now accept that, okay, we do travel as well, we do here, and we've created like this community that just is most, like 90% is very positive. And I think that's a good thing, like it's a good ratio. I think every channel, no matter who you are in this world, if you have even a little bit of success, you will have 10% of people who don't want you to have that success, and maybe they're trolls or whatever. But I think of that as a positive thing. It makes me feel like we're doing something good, because if we have 90% support and then there are some people who are angry at us for some reason, then I think of that as a positive. It means we're on the right track. We're doing something right.
Sometimes for no reason. That's the funny point.
Yeah.
They just want to be a troll.
But I mean, it is what it is, you know. It's like, I think it tells me more about them than me, right? It's like some person out there, they've taken time of their day to watch the video and write a nasty comment.
Yeah, this is so stupid.
And it's just a reflection of their own life. You know, maybe they are for some reason unhappy or bitter, and I still don't, you know, I don't never take it personally. I just kind of feel sad for them. I'm just like, you're like randomly making a comment about some guy you're seeing on YouTube, and I'm upsetting you. If I'm upsetting you, there must be something wrong in your life. Maybe you need to recheck your priorities. But you know, I think overall, like we've expanded a lot, and Thaiger is really, you know, making a lot of changes. We're now going into real estate, and we've got some really good things planned up to really like become an information hub for foreigners in real estate. And actually, that's an opportunity, because we don't have that many YouTube channels who do that. We don't have that many YouTube channels dedicated to information for foreigners, especially coming English-speaking audience, to come to Thailand. Like, where should I buy? Why should I buy? What's good? What's not good? What should I look for? Scams, this and that. We want to be the hub for real estate information.
But the Thaiger before was only a news site.
Yes,
correct?
so it was first a radio station, right?
Yeah, okay.
It started off as a radio station, but this is like way back. We're talking like, you know, 2000, I don't even know. I wasn't even there. But it became popular from the website. So you're right that, you know, Tim Newton and stuff, he moved, his background has always been in like news and journalism. So I think he's back in Phuket News days. He comes from that background. He's very knowledgeable. He knows a lot about Thailand. So, you know, we became popular because we were providing factual news without any bias, and like we weren't taking any sides. If someone did something wrong, we would say that they did something wrong, and you know, maybe people were afraid of just speaking the truth, and we found a way to speak the truth without taking any sides, right? Because a fact is a fact, and you can't change that. When you put your opinion to it, that's when you get in trouble. And maybe that's how Thaiger was able to enter the market, and we differentiated ourselves from everyone else. There was a lot of competition. There's The Nation. There's, you know, there's so many Bangkok Post, but we are different because we don't want to be like Bangkok Post. They might be the biggest juggernaut in Thailand, but you know, Thaiger is different. We have a different style of writing. I think anybody who reads the articles on the website can see that we're not pretending to look smart or, you know, impress you with some big words. We are providing you with information, with facts and news.
It's good when you let out your personal opinion about out of the articles.
Yeah,
this is really important.
Yeah, I think
today too much news with opinions.
Yes, that's true, and that's what I wanted. You know, even in Good Morning Thailand, part of the reason we decided to do a talk show is because we had Thailand News Today, and that was the show going on for like 8 months, and we didn't change anything. We didn't come up with anything new. And you know, that one is just like straightforward news. And you know, even Jet, when he does it, yeah, he makes every now and then he'll make some funny comment because it's a funny story, but he never stops and gives his opinion, because the news should be that way. And the reason we wanted to do Good Morning Thailand was to start a discussion, because our slogan is always join the conversation, right? There are all these conversations that we need to have around Thailand, and I think foreigners living in Thailand as expats or people who've lived here for a long time, there was never a platform where we could all come together and have a conversation about these things, and I think that's where Thaiger just really took off, because people saw us that we were very open, we were very honest, and with our feedback and our news, that they were like, oh, okay, like I trust these guys are, and it took a long time to build that as well. So that's what Good Morning Thailand wanted to be. It was always meant to be a talk show. And when we first started, I don't know if you ever watched it, but many people hated the show. Is this still recording?
Perfect.
Okay.
I just want to
Yeah.
look if you are.
No, that's good. Yeah, but when Good Morning Thailand started, many people hated the show. Like they were like, just talk about the news. Don't give this. Don't give that. And even when we try to do Good Morning Thailand, like, yes, I give my opinions on certain topics, but I never tell people what they should think. I was like, this is my opinion, and there's always a person on the panel that has a different opinion, and it's like, here are the facts. Guys, make up your own decisions. And we always encourage the audience that please think for yourselves, give us your comments and your feedback with the facts that you're presented. And that was the idea, just to get a conversation going. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but the audience can make up their own mind.
And how is now the changing? Do you miss Tim already?
I did miss him at the start, but I mean now it's been 1 month and a half, and like realistically, I've personally had to prepare. I knew it was coming, right? Like there was a time when we announced it to everyone, but behind the scenes, I'm very close to Tim. I spend a lot of time with him, so it's not like it was a sudden shock to me personally. So it was something that I had to be prepared for. I know it would happen sooner or later. He will. Decide to take a back step. He's been talking about it for a long time. So I think I was prepared for that, and I think that we are all in a place to carry on the great work that he's done. And I think with the current plans that we have, it's just only going to grow and grow, and hopefully we can continue to grow with the support of our Thaiger family, our Thaiger members and viewers everywhere.
I think he catches the older audience of
Yes.
this, because
Yes.
all the about 50 plus have more feels more to him than to the younger ones.
Yes, that's
So
true. And I think that was part of the thing that I was worried about as well. We do have a mature audience, and they could relate to him, and
relate. This was the word I'm searching for.
yeah, they could relate to him. They felt like, okay, there's someone out there that's kind of representation of them out in the news. And but yeah, I mean, it was a decision that he decided to make, and it was something that I had to respect as well. But I would say, not all is lost, because his essence will always be there. I've been with, since day one of the Thaiger, I've been with him. I've learned from him. I've learned how to talk about topics without getting in trouble, with him. And I think his essence will always continue in the people that he's worked with the writers, with presenters like me, because I was hired by him. I did my first interview for the Thaiger with him, so his legacy will continue. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I hope he finds his way. I don't know how he feels now. If this was his baby, the Thaiger was his baby. He built it from zero, or?
No, so he basically used to work for the radio company, and then he got in contact with. He was always friends with the business partners. Mike, you might have seen him. Yeah, so Mike owns DBV, which is the parent company that owns Thaiger, and so they got in contact, and Mike made the initial investment of buying Phuket Gazette. So Phuket Gazette was a newspaper agency in Phuket, which was bought over, and then was rebranded to the Thaiger. That's when he already had this friendship, and they decided to make it into a partnership with Tim Newton and Mike coming together with a couple more people. Behind the scenes, other board members, and they decided to collaborate together and work on this project. Yeah, so it was, but he's always been the face of the Thaiger. And like I said, there's a lot of people behind the scenes, but if you didn't come to the office today, one of the first things you said is, "Oh, I didn't know there's so many people." And there's about 50 staff members here, and people might only think that now that Tim's gone, it's me, Natty, and Jet, and maybe a couple of editors, but there's actually a lot of people
really a point.
here.
And some content writer for the website, but it is really huge. I'm surprised about the amount of people here.
Yeah, and we're growing constantly. So I've been looking for presenters, and I've been interviewing people. We want presenters for real estate. We want presenters that can, if I'm sick, what do I do? Right? Like you asked
That's
me.
what the point.
So and I think that no one person should be bigger than the company, That's what I truly believe, and I think the Thaiger is more than just me, Natty, and Tim and Jet. It's a place where we all come together, where we feel like we get the right information. That's what it should be first, and I think no one person can be bigger than the company. Otherwise, that's not a good sign for me personally. I think it should be a team effort, and we all come together for one mission, one goal.
And how do you see yourself here? Do you plan the next 5-10 years here?
Oh, I mean,
Thaiger,
yes,
or?
definitely. So, I mean, I think, I'm not sure how long you've been watching, but I started off as the editor, right? So we used
I
to
see you from the first time you was on camera.
Oh, yeah,
I think,
okay.
oh, what's this for a guy? And I said,
Okay.
good English.
Yeah. So I was the editor, but before I joined the Thaiger, I used to have my own media production company. But my job always made me go to Malaysia, Singapore. I used to work with the TAT to promote Thai food in Germany. So I used to fly to Anuga in Cologne every 2 years. Go to France, promote Thai food, Thai culture. So life was good. And then once pandemic happened, I couldn't travel, and all my job was outside. So when I joined Thaiger, it was like during very hardcore measures, pandemic times, and I was so bored. I was unemployed for a while, and I didn't know what to do. So I saw this job opening, editor, and I thought, okay, let me just go and see what this is all about. It'll be fun to work there for 3 months, and then pandemic got even harder, and I got to meet Mike. I got to meet all these people, and actually it was Mike who because what happened was we used to have guests every day for GMT. So it would be Tim, it would be Bill, and it would be other people. And then one day I think someone got sick or they didn't show up, so they asked me to read the comments. So I was just reading the comments one episode, and then it's
male camel.
Yeah, exactly. I was the male voice of God, and what happened was it was not sustainable to rely on people. Sometimes you can't rely on people to come every time because they have their own lives. People have kids, people have other responsibilities. So it got to the point where they needed someone who will be there all the time, who they can, and it was always Tim and me. So Mike came up to me one day and he said, "Hey, why don't you try hosting? Why don't you try presenting?" And and it was very difficult for me because I'd never done it before. And they're like, "Okay, Jay, tomorrow you're gonna present and the show is gonna be live." And I said,
Yeah.
and
Panic mode on.
oh yeah, I mean every morning my face would be red, right?
Yeah.
My face would be red. I'd be hot-headed. I wouldn't know what to do, and people were really mean. It's something new for the first time in my life. I think I'm very confident in myself personally. I don't care what other people think of me. I'm blessed, I'm privileged, I've lived a good life. But you put yourself in front of the camera and all of a sudden people are commenting on my weight, the fact that I'm Indian, or how come he speaks good English, or but like even speaking the English part, I guess we're in Thailand, right? That makes sense. But like my weight, my looks, my heritage, my race, like what does that have to do with anything? And then I would be quite depressed because people would be like, "Oh, he's awful, get rid of him. He has no future in front of the camera. He should be behind." And then it was the first time for me, so it was difficult for me because I'm still an adult. Like I was a 29-year-old adult, and for the first time in my life, I felt this pressure that I never felt before, and I just wanted to quit. But then Tim was there to help me. Mike was very supportive. I don't know why they were so supportive, but they just believed in me, and they were like, "Just come on, you can do this." And then once I got a hang of it, it just I think you learn with the job. I learned the hard way how to do it. And,
But you're a natural speaker. You speak fluent and without point and comma, and this is good for a camera.
I think now it's a lot better than it was before. But yeah, I think just practice makes perfect. We have done more than 300 episodes now, doing live. Maybe even more. I lost count. So yeah, maybe because of that it's improved. But yeah, I think it just had a lot of support from Mike, and when they wanted to move to Bangkok, it was a decision that I didn't actually think I would be moving here, because my life, my family, my girlfriend, my car, my friends, my childhood is all in Phuket, and why would anyone want to leave Phuket, right? In general.
It's a big step, yeah.
Yeah, but then I think I would have regretted the chance of not trying this. You know, we had a fundraising where we raised $3 million. A lot of people believed in the company and they needed someone to run the video department, and we were going to hire all these people. I was luckily in a good position that I had my own company, so they knew I had the experience of how to run it. And then when I came here, I thought, okay, like this is it. It's gonna be a great learning experience. It's gonna be a great opportunity in my life. If I say no to this, then I'll regret it. So eventually I came to Bangkok, and here we are. Like, you know, so at first it was me, Tim, and Num. So it was 3 people when we started, right? And Num was in Bangkok, me and Tim. So I would do the camera, the sound, the OBS, making it live, getting the program, streaming it, making sure people don't put nasty comments at the same time while I'm cutting it. It was everything, and it was just solo, one-man team. And then got to the point where, okay, we want to do more shows. Jason joined, so it was me, Jason, that's it, 3 people. And then when we came here, it just went crazy. It just went, from 1 show to 4 to 5 shows in one day sometimes. And it was a great learning experience. I think there's no other way than just doing it and figuring it out later. You're gonna miss all the shots you don't take, and no one achieves success by being afraid of failure.
In German we say sometimes you must jump into the cold water to learn to swim.
That's right. And that's absolutely right. Like, if you just think about it all the time, you're either not going to do it, or you're going to be so scared to do it that if you do it, you might not do it right. So might as well go all in and hope for the best. And most of the times I think it works out.
And how is Bangkok for you now?
I've always liked Bangkok. So I studied in university in Mahidol University in Bangkok. It's not actually in Bangkok, it's in Salaya, which is Nakhon Pathom, outside of Bangkok, but I've always liked the city. So even though I grew up in Phuket, for me, I've been there 20 years, so I don't care about the beach as much as someone coming from Europe, right? For me, it's like, I have access to this 20 years of my life, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. And but someone who's coming from other countries, like cold countries, in Germany, for example, the weather there sometimes in the winter, it's horrible. So them coming into Phuket, it's like heaven, and I get that and I respect that. But for me, moving to Bangkok was like, I like the rush, I like the fast pace. Everything here is a bit faster, and I love it so far.
And you can live here goodly with your income, what you get, your salary?
Yes, so I mean...
Because if you're living here in the middle, it's more expensive.
Yes, I think Asok is expensive, but I have to be in Asok because I need to be close to work. So for me, I think the living cost here is not as crazy as other countries too. So I have lived in Doha. So just before I moved here, I would be paying 15,000 baht for a shared apartment in Doha because the real estate is just too expensive for a small condo. But here, you can get condos for 15,000, 20,000. That is affordable. That is, and that's part of the job, that if you are spending 10, 11, 12 hours at work a day, then you can afford to pay that rent, just to be 5 minutes away from work. But I would say I'm fortunate, and I'm humbled. I live a humble life. I live a good life. I don't have a car. I walk to work. I live a simple life, and I think anyone who lives a normal, simple life can easily survive here. And everything else is cheap. The food is cheap. It's okay. I might pay high rent, right? Living in Asok because it's close to my work, but food is cheap. I can get a meal for 50 baht to 100 baht. I can walk to work, and 5 days out of the week I'm at work. So I only have Saturday. Saturday maybe I'm lazy, I'm sleeping, so I only have Sunday to go out with my friends, And I think if you are busy enough and you love what you do, I'm doing this most of the time because this is my life, right? And maybe that's a good thing or a bad thing, but work is pretty much my life, so I don't actually have that much time to go out and spend my money.
That's good. Yeah, but it's really affordable. The only problem I have also was the price of the rent is really high. Yeah. But living costs is easy. Yeah. Comparing to Germany, it's super cheap.
Yeah. And if you're cooking at home, it's even cheaper. That's the thing. You can live a very sustainable life. You just have have to adjust maybe, you know.
If you go out for a steak every day, of course.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
But if you
And
go
that's exactly my
here,
point.
food court or street food or a small restaurant,
Like, do
Easy.
I like steak? Of course.
Yeah.
I want to have the best steak, but I can have it maybe once a month, and that's okay with me.
yeah, it's okay. Same thing. Cool.
But yeah, I mean, overall, I think this is a good atmosphere for me too. I've never worked in an office like this per se, like, and
He's German.
his name is Christian. He's one of the big managers of Fastness.
Oh.
So if you're ever looking to rent, buy or sell, you can come to Fastness.
Funny point,
Yeah.
I try Fastwas.
Oh, did you?
I
Okay.
try about 5 different sites, which name I forgot, my friends mentioned me, but they mostly offer 6 months up renting, and if you are here about 2-3 months, 1 month, it's really hard to
Yeah,
find
it's very
something,
hard.
really hard.
Especially in Oslo. So did you get yours for 3 months? Or?
I got my for 2 months, and 1 month I can extend.
Okay. So that's the thing, like, so even for my apartment, right? My apartment usually costs 35,000, but I got it during pandemic time, so the 35,000 became like 25,000, 20,000. So I told them, like, I would like to stay here for 6 months because I had just come to Bangkok and I didn't want a long-term contract because I felt like I would stay here and I'd find something new. But they were like, okay, if you sign 1 or 2 year contract, we'll give you this money, like 17,000. I was like, yeah, take my money.
Take my money.
And, that was, and you know, and 17,000, yes, that's a lot of money, but you know, it was for 50 square meters, and it was nice. I was like, I can live a nice life.
Sounds legit, yeah.
Yeah, and it's 5 minutes from work. That's the golden thing, because if I can walk to my work, that saves me transportation cost every day. I can spend a lot of time at work, and I don't have to worry what time I'm going back because I can just walk back. And you know, it's like a hub area as well. It's a nice area to live in. It's 10 minutes to my. I live on Petchbury Road, right? So it's like 10 minutes to my right is Central World, 10 minutes to my left is like, you know, Hong Kong, this and that. So if you want to go party, you can. If you want to go shopping, you can. And you know, when my sister or my dad visits me, they just come. They like to come be with me because I'm in the city center. So it works. It's best for everything.
For me, it's also really close.
Every Friday, actually, like we finish work 1 hour early, and yeah, we provide. You know, I think everybody works hard during the week. So on Friday, we enjoy a couple of beers, meet everybody from upstairs comes downstairs. We play ping pong, we play, you know, Monopoly Go cards, we play sometimes FIFA on PlayStation on the TV. A bit later in the night, maybe some karaoke. So we have that kind of work culture here. Like, yes, we work hard all week, but at the end of the week, we take a moment to enjoy life as well, because it's important. You need to have your job satisfaction. Firstly, you need to be happy what you're working and doing, or you're gonna be miserable or eventually quit. And secondly, you have to take a moment to enjoy life, because if life is not fun, what's the point, right?
The crew is really young here, no? Up to 40 maximum, I would say.
Yes. Yeah.
Between 20 and 40.
Like, I mean, for example, Thaiger CEO is 36. Fazwa CEO is 37. They're all young. They're all, you know, but they've been working for 15, 20 years in real estate. They've only been doing real estate. Our Thaiger CEO, sorry, keep moving the table. Like Thaiger CEO, I mean, he's great. He's been since he's come, like, we've seen a very massive rise in profit as well. Right? Now we're doing real estate, we're doing e-commerce, we're, you know, we've always done insurance, we're travel vlogs. Like I wouldn't have been able to do these videos before, you know. But yeah, I think we have a very bright future ahead.
In German, I don't know the English word. Wir sagen breit aufgestellt. This means you have a huge area of different business next to each other.
Yes.
As one company, then this is sometimes not bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes one part of this company must be closed because it's not profitable anymore. Or
Yeah.
we have this too.
But I mean, yeah, luckily so far all of them are doing all right, because somehow or the other we support each other too, right? Like so when we moved to Bangkok, all of us, all the Thaiger team and everyone, like there was 6 or 7 people moving from Phuket. We didn't have trouble looking for new places because we had some of the best agents in Thailand, you know. So when we came here, I was in a hotel for 1 week. In 1 week, some of these guys were like, "Here are the options. Where do you want to go?" And I was like, "Great,"
Cool.
you know. And so that's one benefit. And I think we should. It's gonna get louder and louder now.
We get started now.
People will start having beers and stuff.
Yeah, but thank you very much for so much information.
Yeah.
This was easy because I must not ask much because you tell the most by yourself. That's really nice.
No, it's all good. Thanks for taking the time to come in. I thought I would be.
Thank you for watching the video. My goal is to reach 1000 subscribers in 2022. If you like what I do, then feel free to subscribe. This would be awesome. See you next time. Bye bye.